What's your favorite scary movie?
He's alive!
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Here's Johnny!
Kill her, Mommy! Here! Kill her!
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead people.
But sometimes death is better.
To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only take as much as you can.
We've got to return some videotapes.
Well, hello there, my fans of spooky and scary alike. Welcome back to the Playbook of Horrors. I am your co-host, Adam, sitting with my buddy, Kevin Duggan, and
What's
Jake
up?
Hefferner.
What's happening?
Oh, all things scary and spooky have been happening and occurring in our lives lately. So many things to talk about, and we will waste no time. Start about some of the movies that we have seen, and I had the privilege of checking out the latest Conjuring movie, The Conjuring Last Rites. The fourth.
No spoilers.
The fourth, I will keep this as spoiler free as I can. The fourth, and I would only assume, based off of actors getting older and things like that, that this will finally be the end of The Conjuring at 4, maybe more. Maybe they'll recast at some point. I don't know. But I got a chance to watch this. Now, having seen the first 3 and been a fan, truly, I mean, the first one, hands down, I think is the best Conjuring out of the 4. And without sounding shitty about it, I feel like it's diminishing returns with every subsequent. But when I talked to you about it, Kev, you said like they always deliver. Like they always, like, you're always entertained, even if it is diminishing returns. Like you're still having fun watching these Conjuring movies.
Epic set pieces. So like they always have the best, like probably 2 or 3 amazing, like the long legs guy, I think in the second one or third one, and then each one of them, or the nun, or like they each have these really amazing moments that you can hang your hat on. So and they're the best at doing that. Not all horror movies have one of those, and most of these movies have at least 3 in them.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it, is like they all just have these really well thought out moments. And now the last 2 have been directed by the same cat, and I'm gonna give you his name. He goes by the name of Michael Chavez, and he did Last Rites and the one prior to that, The Devil Made Me Do It. And he was also The Nun 2. I don't think he did the first one. No, he did not. So he's had his toes in the Conjuring pool for some time now. So he certainly has an understanding of the characters and the story and where it needs to go. And I will say that this movie does deliver in that same sentimentality that you just gave, of like, there's always these big moments that you can just look back on and go like, oh, that was cool. Oh, that was crazy. Oh, that moment. So I will say that it is entertaining. I think it is diminishing returns from the previous one. But I'm still walking out of it going like, that was fun. Like that was a good, fun movie.
Well, that's all you want from a horror movie. You're not trying to go to the Oscars with all these movies. It's like, did you walk out of there? Did your heart rate go up? Did you enjoy your popcorn a little bit more? Was the soda just a little sweeter? You know, like that's what it's all about. These are popcorn movies, and that's why I love these ones.
And I mean, both Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Both are still just, they're clearly locked into the roles, and they absolutely nail it with this. There are some really crazy moments actually. Now, as I'm looking at the cast, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that guy. And like all these cool moments that happen. I think, Kevin, you actually might like this one better than some of the previous sequels. And I'm not going to say why. I'm just saying, I think there are elements of this that you will watch and you'll go, that was actually really cool.
Because I've liked all of them. The third one I really liked. The last one I really liked. They had more of like the murder mystery story about it, which was really fun in the third one. So I'm all game for anything that they're going to do. And the 2 actors, Patrick and Vera, because we're on a first name basis because we're friends. They're awesome too. They're just amazing actors. So the fact that you have amazing actors in a horror movie, a horror franchise, like that's just, it's not consistent. Usually it's cycling people out. It's not a married couple and all these movies together. Just, I just love the consistency of it. So it's like when you start watching the next one or the third one or the fourth one, it's like you're ready for it. You know what it is. There's not a lot of setup time.
Yeah, and I'm trying so hard. All of you that have seen it and are listening to me describe this are going like, just say something specific. I'm trying not to
don't do it. Don't
give
do
any
it.
spoilers away, but I do think you'll enjoy this one, Kevin. And I am curious to see if I'm right. So please.
And I'm curious to see what Jake's thoughts are too, dude. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, we should have been to the theaters a while ago to see it when the first weekend that it came out. It came out the weekend that we were in Hawaii, and then we've just subsequently missed it every single week since then. But the Conjuring franchise in general has just been, I would say 85% for me has hit. I mean, obviously the first one,
for sure.
That was the first movie in a long time that actually like got to me to say, whoa, oh shit. Okay, here we go. This is great. And I love The Conjuring too. The story of it was fantastic, I thought. And then as you break away into the Annabelle universe, I really like what they did in Creation. I like the creativity that they had in Annabelle Comes Home. I really tried it. I think I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try to go through The Nun and The Nun 2 again. First watches for those were not the best for me. And I will side with you, Kevin, because the story of The Devil Made Me Do It is so much different than the first two Conjurings.
Yeah.
And it does make it into like that murder mystery, almost even a courtroom type of a drama, given the subject of what's going on. So, yeah, if this is Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga's swan song, then I'm always down for it.
That's kind of what this feels like.
And this, honestly, I think the second one's my favorite. The one in London,
Mm-hmm.
like there's something about that movie that hits so consistently, and it's so scary. And like the zoetrope scene, and then the tent at the end of the hallway with the little kid, and it's talking about it now. I'm getting goosebumps because that movie really messed with me.
That in that second one, that part where I can't remember if it's Patrick or Vera, but they're having like the conversation to the guy that's like sitting in the chair. It's like somebody being possessed, and he's like,
the old dude in the chair,
and he's constantly out of focus. You never fully see him. He's just out of focus having that conversation. I was like, that is brilliant. That is so smart. This focuses, I think, primarily, without being spoiler, this focuses on them as like a couple and their family and like where they go. And I definitely recommend it. What's crazy, I didn't know this. It grossed 194 million worldwide in its opening weekend, which is the biggest opening for a horror film, surpassing It back in 2017, which was 190 million.
I'm not surprised. This is a big one, dude. It's a huge franchise. Yeah. But the thing is, when you get to the fourth movie and they're still making money like this on the opening weekend,
it's pretty good.
They've clearly delivered. They haven't had one fall off. Like, you've seen movies where, like, like the great examples, like the Nightmare on Elm Street trilogy. It kept going, and then you'd have like a shitty one, and it's like, we got to earn them back, and we keep going. And this has just been like straight up. So it's cool. I'm excited to see it.
Definitely, highly recommend it. Another movie that's come out is a movie called Coyotes. And I think the reason why we're talking about this is we know somebody that was involved with this, right?
Yeah, so it just premiered at Fantastic Fest, and my one of my best friends, he was the writer on this. His name's Nick Simon. This is like a story he came up with, and it just premiered at Fantastic Fest, and it's been getting a lot of good love. So, but it's an interesting idea. It's like there's like a wildfire, and there's coyotes coming to get these people in their house because they're trying to get away from the fire. From what I've gathered, it's a really fun, like, horror, comedy horror thing. And it's got, who's in it? It's Justin Long and Kate Bosworth. They're like the two in it. So it's Justin Long's always awesome, especially when he's in horror. Like when he was in Barbarian, loved him in Barbarian. Like his kind of humor with horror is the perfect. He's so good. So I just wanted to shout out Nick's movie because I think it's gonna be pretty good. He's a great writer and he's a great director.
Yeah. Oh, this guy was one of the directors for Grave Encounters. Yeah, freaking love Grave Encounters. That's an awesome movie. That one's so fun. I'm intrigued. Well, yeah, when I saw Coyotes, I'm like, okay, what is what is Coyotes? What is that referring to? It's like, no, it's actually talking about coyotes. Like, oh,
Like legitimate, like
a
actual
new
coyotes.
horror movie monster, you say?
Yeah.
A new
The
animal
opposite of
has
Good Boy.
entered.
You gotta have the crazy animal genre. It's the best. Yeah, the opposite of Good Boy for sure.
Opposite of Good Boy. Yeah.
These guys are gonna rip up that Good Boy.
It's a pack of
That's
bad
right.
boys. Awesome. Cool. Well, I can't wait to check that out. I'll definitely be keeping an eye open for that. But as we have been doing in this month of September leading up to the month of October is the Hefner horror calendar and how spooky this season really is. And I love it right now. It's getting colder. The leaves are starting
Vibes
to fall
changing.
off.
Oh,
the vibes are changing. The spirit Halloweens are popping up, and I'm so ready for Halloween.
You know
to be
it's
coming,
game
dude.
time when the spirit Halloween starts showing up.
Yeah.
You know it's game time.
R.I.P. Joanne Fabrics, but now it's time for Spirit Halloween.
Like,
Okay.
get out of the way with that shit.
I'm going to Home Goods. Get some more Halloween decorations.
Yeah. Oh, those are the best places to find decorations for sure. But we need to talk about the movies this week. And if you recall from the previous week, these are remakes for the month of September. So we're going to talk about a few more remakes that have entered the fray, especially in the Hefner calendar. So let's play the video.
Yeah, let's go to the first one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Did you see it in your head? She talks to you.
Four people died on the same night.
Images on the tape are leading us somewhere. She showed you the horses. You saw it. She'll show you. Did you see it in your head? She shows me things. Everyone will suffer. Before you die, you see the ring. See the ring. See the ring. See the ring. You see the ring. You see the ring. You see the ring. You saw it.
Dude, I had zero recollection of that trailer and that's how it looked way back when.
Oh, yeah.
Talking
It was
about
so
just
mu-
just talk about like the perfect trailer of giving you something you're intrigued about while also telling you absolutely nothing of what it's about.
It was so mysterious. And I vividly remember because this came out when were we in high school? 01.
It
Yeah.
came out
We were
02.
in 02. So like I remember the lead up. They did a year of lead up for this movie where I remember that VHS showed up. One of my friends was a cheerleader on our high school team. And one of these VHS tapes ended up at one of their cheer camps. And they brought it back and started passing it around.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it was the most unique, like, marketing I'd ever seen in my life. Like, I was like, what the hell is this? Everyone was so scared of this tape, this VHS tape, before there was any trailer. So, like, if you saw that and then you saw the trailer, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. This isn't going to work. This is all coming to an end.
This isn't going to work.
This isn't going to work. So it's just, I love this movie so much, and it's not my movie I selected, so I'll throw it back to you guys.
Adam.
No, for sure. This was one I wanted to talk about because, like you guys, this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite remake. It came out at a time that was truly perfect. Because, I mean, if you think about it, coming out in 02, that was really like the dying days of a VHS tape. This wouldn't have worked if it was like playing a DVD or a Blu-ray or anything like that. So for it to come out during that time, I thought was perfect because the marketing, I can recall hearing, like, you heard stories about like the VHS tapes like ending up on like people's car hoods, like on their windshields and stuff like that. It was like, whoa,
So good.
great marketing, great smart marketing. And like you said, Jake, this is like a trailer. I wish more movies would take a page out of this freaking book, man, to stop giving away so much. I swear to God, on an offshoot, I watched the trailer for Anaconda, which is supposed to be like the comedic like remake of Anaconda, which might end up on your calendar next year. I'm just saying.
I'm so excited to see that movie.
It looks great. The trailer gives away like the entire freaking movie, dude. It's like, my God, can you guys just like hold some cards to your chest? Don't tell me what your hand is. But anyways, back to The Ring. This was a movie like visually amazing. Visually, like the aesthetic, it just created this vibe that was so entrancing. And this was like the first time that I start hearing about some of these people that are involved because of how good the movie is. Like, I never heard of Gore Verbinski before this freaking movie. And granted, what's crazy, fun fact, you know who directed the commercials for the Budweiser frogs?
Gore Verbinski.
Verbinski.
I never knew that.
Bud. Wise.
Wise.
You got Gore Verbinski to thank for that,
That's
directing
awesome.
that masterpiece. But I never, now, to be fair, Naomi Watts had certainly been working, but I'd never heard of Naomi Watts prior to this movie.
Yeah,
And
she
so,
was just recently in David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. Like, this is like very close to that. So she was like peak, like independent cinema, like art, you know, like all of that. And then she did this, and it's just, keep going.
this made her a household name. And Brian Cox, dude.
Yes.
Brian Cox in this movie
So good.
knocks it out of the park because he created the entire movie. You're just like trying to figure out like, what is going on? Like, what is this tape? What are these elements? And the more you watch the movie, the more you realize how everything has a purpose, which I think is the biggest compliment you can give to this movie. This isn't a movie that's just like, here's some weird fucked up imagery. What does it mean? Ugh, I don't know. They all have a purpose. They all have a reason to be on that tape. And it's so good. It like everything hits perfectly. There's a ticking clock of 7 days. You're going to die. And like, how do you stop it? How do you fix it? And why is this here? What's going on this island? What happened to that horse? Like, there's so many things that like you.
What's wrong with the horse?
Yeah, what happened to the horse? Everything was
scene.
going great. It is just it's a wild, awesome movie. And that kicked it off really for Gore Verbinski. I mean, I know we all love the Budweiser commercial, but Gore Verbinski to come out with The Ring and then follows up with the Pirates of the Caribbean
It's
franchise.
all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's
pretty much.
Which was fantastic, and you get Rango, which is like one of my favorite movies. And then Cure for Wellness was the last thing he did. That was back in 2016. Dude hasn't directed anything in a hot minute, but he's got one coming up called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It sounds very interesting. It's got Sam Rockwell and Zazie Beetz and Michael Pena, and I'm very intrigued by it because of how long it's been since we've seen a Gore Verbinski movie. I like that. It makes me feel like, all right, we've been holding off. We're ready. And give me something good. So I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. And it really kind of set the bar for horror movies going forward, and especially remakes. And just like that was the bar, dude, was The Ring. And I think it still continues to be.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely does. Like, it still holds up visually today, and story-wise, terror-wise, pace-wise, everything about that. Like, it goes fast, and the scares still hit.
They do.
And I love the fact that you brought that up, Adam. Is that was like really kind of almost like the starting gun for the remakes that were going to follow the years after, because Texas Chainsaw came out the year after this, and then everybody just said, okay, well, let's just remake everything.
Yeah, look at how much money they'd made.
Tipping point.
It's one of those movies that it's a rare gem to find, and you get a voice like Gore Verbinski to really put it all together. Because really prior to that, he hadn't done much. He did a bunch of music videos, the Budweiser commercial. He did Mouse Hunt. If you all remember Mouse Hunt, that was a fun little movie. With Nathan Lane and the Mexican, the Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts movie. Outside of that, that's all he really had was music videos and those couple movies.
This movie still has one of the best scares, like the biggest scares I've ever had in a theater. And it's just a simple conversation of these two women in a kitchen. And then it just, without warning, cuts to this girl's face. And like the closet door opens and her mouth is like, it's so good because it's not that horror buildup where it's like the music's coming, scare. It's like, it could not be more of a boring setup shot of these people in a kitchen, and then it cuts to that. It comes out of nowhere, and it's so scary. And I think that still stands out as one of the biggest scares I remember.
It's the way to do a jump scare in a movie. It
Don't
comes out of
telegraph
nowhere. Don't telegraph it. Don't tell me it's coming. Just hit me with it and let me jump in my seat. And I remember this was a movie I took a date to way back in the day, and it was. I think it was one of our first dates, and it was just like, ugh. Like afterwards, you're like, this isn't like you want to go hang out, get a cup of coffee. It was just like, all right, have a good night. I'm gonna go cry now. Bye. Don't die in 7 days. I'll see you later. But yeah, I mean, what a great movie to kick off with. The next one on the calendar for the Hefners is The Hitcher. Now, I've seen the original Hitcher. I don't think I saw the remake. Who's in the remake?
Sean Bean plays Rutger Hauer's character.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you have Sophia Bush, who was very big due to One Tree Hill at that point in time. So I'm actually interested to hear your perspective on this because I've seen them both, and I know that, especially if you go like read the reviews of it, it gets a lot of flack in its comparison to the original. But when I watch it, I'm like, it's not as terrible as some people make it out to be. Like it's a very short, fast-paced movie. I think Sean Bean does a great job as your leading villain in this and taking over the Rutger Hauer aspects of it. There are a couple things that are flipped on their head from the original, and there was probably a lot of tenser moments that Rutger Hauer built up in the original that you don't get in this one. But still, as far as like going into that whole road horror type movies that you get from, stuff like Joyride or anything like that, I think it still hits and it's still enjoyable.
Well, I have not had the pleasure of seeing this yet, so it is going on my list.
This one's tough for me because it's the Jaws effect. It's like there's certain movies, in my opinion, that were so impactful that you don't touch. And what they did with the original, it was like a made for HBO movie. It had no business being as good as it was. And like C. Thomas Howell was amazing. He was young. And Rutger Hauer, dude, it is the most scary performance of any bad guy that it just doesn't, you can't compare it. So like, it's not fair to Bean to do that. And there's so much stuff in that first one that is so impactful and so memorable that you can't not compare it. It's not like a remake where they did okay in the first one and you're taking it to the next level. You can't take this to the next level. It's impossible.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. So it was, I'm glad they made it and I'm glad people saw it. But I was like, when I saw it, I was just like the whole time I was thinking about the scenes they were remaking. And I was like, this isn't as good as that. And this was in like 1980. The original was in 1980, and this is now. It's like, okay, well, it was an exercise. It was kind of like, what is it, the Gus Van Sant, where he did a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. Right. Why do we need that? I don't need that. No one needs that.
Nobody.
So I guess if you were to remake this movie, you do it a shot-for-shot remake. As like homage, like I think they needed to pay more homage to the original. I don't know. It's just this one kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but that's just because I'm just an absolute Psycho fan for the first one.
All right. Well, the next one on the list is another one that some might argue is like, don't touch that, leave that alone. The Omen being remade, and that one was fairly recent, right? That was just a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're thinking of the
first Omen is the one.
First Omen. I don't say that out of context. You're like, oh yeah, the first Omen. No,
it's not the first one. I mean, you can't get more first than that. So, no, you're right. The other Omen that came out with
2006.
Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, I don't think. I think this is another one that I've not
You haven't gotten around to this one.
Another swing and a miss.
I know.
You're almost struck out, dude.
Well, I gotta be honest. It's that same mentality that I've had for previous remakes, where it's just been like, there's one that already exists. Why would I want to watch this one? They got this other one over here. It's so much good. So, no, I mean, I think it's an unfair bias. I mean, especially because I'm looking at the list now: Liev Schreiber, Julia Stiles, David Thewlis, like.
Hagrid's in it.
Hagrid?
Yeah, not Hagrid. No, Dumbledore's in it.
Oh.
Yes. Second Dumbledore they put in it.
Different.
But you do have, oh my God, what is I can't remember his name in.
He's the Irish guy.
It's the one that plays Sirius's brother. I can't remember the actor's name now, but he plays the photographer that ends up.
That's right.
Getting decapitated.
See, that's a classic scene from the first one.
Yes. And to be perfectly honest, I actually, because they changed the way that happens in this movie, and I actually really dig how it looks. I know that original way is awesome especially at that time, how they were able to pull that off. But the way that they do it in the remake, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm glad that they didn't just go the same route, and the way that it looks comes off great. This is definitely up there on my wife's list of remakes for sure.
Really?
She loves both the original and the remake of this. And the more and more I watch the Omen, I gain the 2006 version, the more I gain an appreciation for it. Because once again, it's paced fast. I like the performance that Liev Schreiber gives in it. I think Mia Farrow is a great Mrs. Baylock in this one. I like some of the different. Again, much in the same essence that you were talking about with the Hitcher, like, oh, those classic scenes that they're just going to rehash. There are some little changes in it, but when we were watching it recently, I don't know why I never noticed it before, but they're finally to the point now where they go to the priest area where he tells them, like, okay, this is how you have to kill the child. Like, here's the 6 things that you have to do. You have to put it. And so right before that, when Liev Schreiber figures out that his wife has just died, he's like, I want Damien dead too. And then fast forward 5 minutes, he's like, this is a child. How can I possibly do this? There is no God. There is no devil. There's only life. And here right now, how could I ever do such a thing? It was like, it's such a fast shift. And you're like, wait a minute, 5 minutes ago, you were just talking about going and killing this kid.
You were on the A train to murder.
It's the child Murderville. And we're at your stop. Get off. That's a interesting. It's on the list now. I gotta check it out.
Definitely check it. It's good. I think it's a better. If you were to compare the Hitcher and this, this is more fun. I think they had some really great actors in this, which made it even more fun.
All right, I'm hooked. I'm checking it out. Next one on the list is a movie that I never even heard of, and so I'm hoping one of you folks can enlighten me. The Uninvited.
Here we go.
Which is a remake of a movie I've never even heard of. Who is this?
Why can't I remember what happened that night?
You lost your mother in the fire. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to forget. Go home. You'll figure it out.
Alex! Oh, I missed you so much. I assume you saw Dad's new girlfriend.
I'm so glad to have you back. I hope it works out so you can stay.
And I'm sorry, I meant to tell you about Rachel.
When did she move in? A month ago. She's helping him cope 3 times a night.
Listen, Anna, I know that you're supposed to hate Dad's new girlfriend, but I'm really hoping that we can make this work.
You're too late. Alex, something happened.
Yeah?
I had a dream. There were children. I think they were trying to warn us.
Your daughter got it in her mind somehow that your fiancé killed the family she worked for.
Look at this. We need to find out who Rachel Summers really is.
I want you to think about whether or not you are ready to be part of this family.
You know what, Anna? I don't think this is going to work out.
You're next. I thought that I was was dreaming, but I wasn't. Look!
Okay, now I'm afraid. Pretty little Anna. You're not gonna ruin this for me.
Right. Better get that keyhole looked at.
So, okay, this is the one that I picked.
Yeah.
I need to know, now that you've seen that trailer, do you plan on watching this, Adam? Because there is a spoiler version of what I'm going to say, and there's a non-spoiler version of what I'm going to say.
I think you can spoil it for me. The trailer does make it look like a pretty decent movie, but
so it's a bigger budget horror movie. It's one of those movies that kind of lands in the my guess is probably $10 to $12 million range, where it's definitely feels more refined. It's a very refined movie. The lighting, the cinematography is, when she turns on the light in one of the rooms and it's like a firelight, this beautiful firelight hits her. It's not like, underexposing everything and it's moody and scary. It's very much like a high key thing. It's an interesting story. Do you want the spoilers version?
Well, wait a minute. What am I looking at here? Spoil away.
Okay. So this is Fight Club.
Oh.
This is Fight Club.
Great way to spoil it without spoiling it.
I don't think I'm going to say much more, but it is the Fight Club ending essentially to this movie. But it is, I don't think it works that well at the end. The build up and the thought that this lady is, came in and ruined her family. Psychologically, it all makes sense. And it's an interesting kind of play on that. Where it ends up going, you really have to suspend your disbelief. And I don't know if they earned it enough. But I haven't fully. Do you want me to fully spoil it or partially spoil it?
Well, I mean, if you're listening to this or watching this and you have not, if you want the spoiler-free version, fast forward at least 5 more minutes. So,
no, I'm not going to talk about it for 5 minutes. I'm literally 15 seconds.
I'm just giving them like a safe point to get to.
Yeah. So
okay, 30 seconds. Go.
Basically, the older sister is a ghost and has been talking her sister into the fact that the new girlfriend is, the problem. And it goes through the whole movie, and then they end up destroying the mom. And then we reveal that the older sister was never there to begin with. And Dad's like, "What the fuck did you do? What's happening? You killed her." That's essentially what that movie is.
Okay.
The movie starts with her coming out of like an insane asylum after her mom supposedly blew up in this fire at their like lakeside thing, their little like boathouse. And then it just kind of unfolds from there. And it's a lot of, did she do it? Is she a bad lady? Which makes it hard because in Fight Club, if you rewatch it, it all works. But in this movie, if you rewatch it, the antagonist, what's her name? I'm having a hard time. Elizabeth Banks. The stuff she does in this movie doesn't fully lead to a second watch. Like it's a little too like, this isn't Fight Club the way it's not as clever. So at the end, you're like, oh, but why did she do that? And why did that happen? And it's all in her head, man. That's just the answer. It's all in her head. So it's a high budget movie. It's a cool little horror thing. Definitely has some mood, but it lands roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, Adam, in case you were wondering where this remake actually came from, if you never heard of it, because you saw in the trailer that the producers of The Ring had the hand in this. So this was actually pulled from a 2003 South Korean horror film called A Tale of Two Sisters.
Hey,
so
went with a totally different title.
Right.
Wow, interesting.
That was the genesis.
So this was like during that time where like when The Ring had the success, it was just like, okay, well, let's look at every Asian horror film.
Is there something decent Asian horror movie?
Are they doing something good over there?
Let's do it.
They're scaring
me. Down the line had the wise idea, or not so wise idea, to remake Old Boy, and then
I shouldn't have done that.
Spike Lee.
That's a Jaws. That's another Jaws.
Damn it.
Well, that's another like, I mean, getting off on that, Spike Lee doing Old Boy. That's like the Psycho remake. That's like Gus Van Sant going like, I want to remake Psycho. I want to remake this.
I'm bored. What can I do?
Spike Lee going like, you know what I want to do?
Yeah,
I want to take a classic and throw Samuel L. Jackson in there. Don't
do that.
He's good in everything. All right. Well, interesting movie to say the least. I'm looking at the, you know who directed it?
No.
The Guard brothers. They're guards.
We're guards.
Charles
Guard.
and Thomas Guard. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at the trivia here now. I guess they were going to call it A Tale of Two Sisters, but then they changed it to The Uninvited.
Which is so nondescript and sounds like every other horror movie. It kind of blew it with the title.
No. Well, I mean, because when did this come out?
2009?
7?
9.
2009.
Interesting. If this was early, I would have been like, well, that was just kind of what like the pulse of horror movies was at the time. But I don't know. This has no excuses, I think. I don't think we can give this one an excuse.
No pass.
Interesting. All right. Well, interesting movie to add to the list of remakes that I've not seen. I'll give it a little spin, even though I know that what's coming. Actually, I'll give the original a spin. I'm curious if that story, how different it is from the remake based on what you just said. And then we've also got the next movie on here, which I'm curious the thoughts on this one. The Amityville Horror, and I believe this is the one with Ryan Reynolds,
featuring
correct?
Deadpool.
Yes,
featuring Deadpool.
It pretty much was.
Yeah, he was totally him in this movie. He wasn't playing any other character than himself. Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yes.
Business is good. We're gonna have the greatest house.
It's beautiful. This is an amazing house. You are going to love it.
Holy. This is the deal of a lifetime. So, what's the catch?
There was a crime, a murder.
In the house?
Several people, a family.
Accused claims he heard voices coming from within the house.
Well, houses don't kill people. To a perfect house and to a perfect family.
Who are you talking to?
The girl who lives in my closet.
And what's her name?
Jody.
What's the matter?
Just seeing things, I guess. Why don't you come back to bed?
I can't sleep. This is my mind.
There was a family lived here some time ago. They had a similar problem.
I'm living in their house. We need to get out of here. Just pack up and go.
Everything we have is in this house.
It's okay, Mommy. Jody won't hurt you. But the man who lives here, he says he's bad.
Of course.
Almighty God, bless and sanctify this house.
Open the door! It's not opening! I can't open it! George?
There's something evil in my house.
You know what this tells me?
Tell me.
Michael Bay is the king of horror movie remakes.
Well, at least for a couple years, because this one came out. It was this one. Did he do Friday the 13th? I can't remember.
I'm sure he did.
I think he was associated. It's the Platinum Dunes guys. Like they went on a tear during like 4 or 5 years, and they did. So some of these movies are with Michael Bay, dude. It's like style over substance, man. That's just what it is.
It's just that it was the style of the time. It was just a remake, just every freaking horror movie they could. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw, Amityville Horror, Texas Chainsaw again, The Hitcher, which we talked about already.
Oh, they did do The Hitcher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because it
Friday the
had
13th.
style. Like it wasn't. That makes sense.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, they were on a
This
tear
is-
for like 10 years,
Yeah.
and then they stopped.
He got it. He squeezed every bit of juice as he could out of these horror movies, and then I think he came back to it. Didn't he do another horror movie remake later? No, maybe I'm thinking something else.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, this is a movie that I can recall seeing, but I think I only saw it the one time in the theater. And Jake, you've probably seen this more recently, yeah?
Have, yes.
Okay.
And to be honest, I never actually saw the original. I'm not sure if you guys ended up seeing the original at all. You
Yeah, I
did?
saw the original. Yeah.
Good. So I'm interested to hear your comparison on it because you're probably one of the few that I have talked to that have actually seen the original. And it's crazy when you dig how much into this franchise that there's been 21
So
films
many, dude.
about
Too much.
Amityville. Crazy. I'm like, how much more shit can you talk about with this damn house and everything that goes on inside it? But again, it's one of those type of movies that just gets going very, very fast. And I mean so fast to the point where you're like, Ryan Reynolds just went to sleep last night and he wakes up in the morning and he's now a complete fucking asshole. And it's just does not waste any damn time whatsoever.
We're not going to ease into this.
No, it is not like one of those like, okay, he's going. No, he's fucking nuts. Like, here we go. It's day 2 and he's already fucking nuts. And he's jacked because he just got off of doing Blade Trinity. So he's still in,
He doesn't
phenomenal
look
shape.
like dad. No.
Yes,
doesn't have
exactly.
that dad bod.
He's not. He's not Josh Brolin's father from the original. This isn't how it goes.
Yeah.
But again, like I think if you look at like and I like how Kevin's kind of described it as far as like the Jaws effect in terms of like the movies that could use a remake or a reimagining or a re-storytelling, while maybe not necessarily doing it shot for shot. Outside of some unnecessary CGI, I think that this one does its job.
Yeah, the first one's not amazing. Like it's definitely when you see people's top lists of horror movies from like the 70s, it's not up there all the time. It's a little clunky. It's Josh Brolin's dad, which is what's his name? His name is
I always forget his dad's name.
It's like James.
I thought it was something else with J.
I think it's James Brolin, I think.
Old
And then
Jimmy
I think
Brolin.
Jimmy Brolin. But it has some cool moments. Like and what's interesting about this is it's based on a true story. It's based on a kid that went and killed his whole family in a house similar to this. So it's got the lore, and that's what pushed it, beyond where it is. The first one did nothing crazy memorable. Like there's like not that much in that movie. It's just bleeding walls and shit. Like it was just pretty straightforward. This one was just so much style. I just remember being into it in the beginning and then just like falling off at the end. Like it just totally lost me by the end. So I don't know. Maybe it would have been cooler if Josh Brolin would have been in it. I'm sure they made an offer to. I'm sure they made, or he was like the dad. I'm sure they made an offer to him, but he's like, "Nah, I'm doing real shit."
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that have been so great if Brolin did get the role, and then you fast forward all the way to Deadpool 2 and be like, Ryan, you son of a bitch, you took my job.
That was awesome.
It's such a fascinating idea because you mentioned like how many different remakes there are, and there are a ton. But what is the consistency between all of those remakes? It's the design of the house.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that like that is the one thing that when you look at the structure of the building, you're just like, that's a creepy building. Like there's just something about the way that building is designed, that house with the 2 windows up at the top, little kind of quarter circles. Every iteration of the Amityville Horror looks like that house. Like that is the one consistency, which is really kind of fascinating because it isn't about the people in it. It's about what the house is doing to the people. Like that's like the tagline on like on the poster. It's like, for God's sake, get out. Like get out of the house. Like it is fascinating. And I wonder if they have so many because it's like loosely based on like a real event, right?
No, it's a real killing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
exactly.
guy
So
killed the
like
family.
so I wonder if that's part of the reason behind why there've been so many iterations.
I think that's exactly why. It's like it's a lore now. It's in like this thing that really happened, and then they can run with it.
It's like something that like public domain essentially, like to try to like base it off of that. I don't know. It's fascinating how many that there have been and how in every iteration it's not like, oh well, in this one we're going to try this house that kind of looks like this. It's like, nope, it has to look exactly like that house, which is fascinating that it's done that through every iteration. Yeah, put it on the list, folks, of Brian Reynolds pre Deadpool. And like just shortly after blowing up too, like it was Two Guys, a Girl, and Pizza Place, Blade Trinity, Van Wilder, and this. Like that was everything that came up prior to at least like where he was like the main guy. Like he certainly had acted and stuff prior, but like, yeah, he was a hot commodity at the time for sure. And
this was like the beginning of like him going through that little drove where everything for him like became drama.
Very serious for him, yeah.
Yeah, very serious roles. Like I watched the movie of his Buried.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever seen it, I won't spoil the ending, but I walked out of that movie fucking depressed.
Oh.
Didn't want to see it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was like the beginning of his like little period before Deadpool just came around and totally reinvigorated his comedic career.
Interesting. All right. Well, the last one on the list for this week is a little movie called Quarantine. Now, Quarantine, I think I saw it. If I did,
Jesus, you're striking out.
I saw it. You got some work to do, man. You have some homework.
Yeah, you're slacking.
I've already explained my biasness towards remakes.
Yes.
They're all, as far as I'm concerned, they all have the Jaws effect, Kevin. And I'm trying to be right. I'm trying to do right by Jaws. Oh, speaking of which, well, let's talk about Quarantine here first. You guys talk amongst yourself about Quarantine. I can't remember if I saw it.
Did you ever see Wreck?
Yeah.
Either one of you ever. Okay. So Quarantine is essentially the remake of Wreck.
Wreck was great.
Yes.
I haven't seen Quarantine, but I saw Wreck. I loved Wreck.
So I saw the original Wreck as well, and I loved it. And I thought that this one did a pretty decent job, especially just from the standpoint of the story itself, the time in which everything takes place in just a very, very short period of time. And, you know, it kind of went with that found footage craze and did everything in one shot. And it's really cool how they transition from what's taking place. And there's some really good jump scares in this. And I thought, after the first watch this, I'm like, that wasn't bad compared to Wreck and then just all the other found footage movies that we've gotten since then. But I actually enjoyed this for just a quick, put yourself in a building with a little bit of a zombie pandemic going down and you got something.
Yeah. It's the ultimate like low budget conceit to make a movie for no money.
Yes.
You're going to trap these people in a building and they have to try and get out and they're zombies. And this one did it well because it was a found footage where it's a found footage on a timeline where it doesn't stop. Like Blair Witch, you cut in, you cut out, you cut in, you cut out. Like this definitely has that ticking, energy about it. So I haven't seen the Quarantine remake, but Wreck was awesome.
Great.
Okay. I'm intrigued by both the original and the remake now.
And I know
there's another fucking one
I know. I'm just like, God almighty, this is going to start feeling like homework now. It's like, jeez.
Get on it.
Many.
But I think I know what you were going to say. You were going to bring something up at the end. Something about Jaws.
Yeah. Well, I'm shocked it didn't occur to me until just now.
I don't know why this isn't in the beginning of the outline.
I know. This really should have been at the forefront. But Kevin and I, we got to go to the Chargers home opener last Sunday, and our flight on Monday did not leave until the wee hours of the night. And so we looked at each other going like, what do we do? What are we going to do? Should we go to a movie? Like we truly had no idea what to do while we were in Los Angeles until it occurred to me that like there is an exhibit at the Academy Museum dedicated to one of our favorite movies of all time, the Jaws exhibit at the Academy Museum. So we were like, let us go. And we got out of there and we got to go check out the Jaws exhibit, and there are some fantastic behind the scenes like props and memorabilia.
It was unbelievable.
It was so freaking cool. They had the head. Oh, what was the character's name? The head that's like in the boat.
Oh, it's you're
I can't
gonna be
think of
lucky
his
that
freaking name.
you know your mom's never met their fathers. So like it's that guy.
Right. God, I can't think of his name, but they like had the original head. And they had like Verna Fields, the editor. They had her old editing machine
That she did it on. Yeah.
that she did it on, like sketches and scripts and like notes from Spielberg and like a ton of photo opportunities as well. I'm trying to think everything else that they had like areas where like they did the zoom effect, like when he's on the beach and they go like, whoa, like, you know, the background.
You could sit there and get one of those
done.
My favorite part was they had a miniature shark with like Bruce. If you've ever seen Jaws, the rumors, the stories about Bruce the shark, that never worked, but they had a miniature version of Bruce that you could operate the way they operated.
Yeah.
So you could just like go up there and make it chomp and move and stuff.
You can make the mouth move. You can make head move side to side, and I think maybe the tail moving on the back. But
That's so rad that you guys got a chance to go to this, because I watched the Jaws, what was it, like the 70th anniversary documentary that they just released just a couple months ago. And I saw some of the shots of the actual exhibit. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to this. That's so cool that you guys got a chance to do that.
You have to go if you're in the area.
Through it once. We walked through it once, and then we went to go look at a couple other things. Like, we should go back. Let's go do it again. We walked
did
through
it
it
one more
twice.
time.
It was it's that because it's a movie that's so important to me, and it's just being able to see all those things in one place was incredible.
It's a masterpiece that deserves every bit of credit, and to see just where it came from, all the props. They had like a makeshift orca that had like some of the props that were on the actual orca ship, because I mean, if for those that don't know, that ship got destroyed. It used to sit on the Universal lot, and then one day somebody was like, this is old. Let's get rid of it. Let's chop it up. And nobody told Spielberg, and Spielberg was like, hey, where's the ship? And they were like, oh yeah, we chopped it up. It was getting
Somebody,
old.
I'm sure, got fired.
Wood was rotting.
I was just going to say, somebody better have lost their job over that.
Yeah.
I think that's, well, I don't know if anybody lost their job, but I know Spielberg said like, I hate to have been the guy on the other end of that phone, because that was a rough day for the original orca. But they still had like the chairs and the wheels and bells and like stuff that like people that were working at Universal that were like, well, if you guys are going to chop it up, let me grab a couple like little keepsakes off of this. And now it's sitting in a museum for everyone to remember. And they had like all the last room had like all of the pop culture things, like beach towels and candy and belt buckles and stickers,
Cereal.
like all the different different iterations that came out of it, and just how big of a cultural phenomena it was when it came out. And I don't know that we'll ever see something like that again, where people are going to the movie theater with a line wrapped around the corner. Like,
no,
I think those days are done, sadly, but we got to at least experience and check out the Jaws exhibit. So if you happen to be in the LA area, definitely go to the Academy Museum. Check it out. It's the Jaws exhibit. I think it's there for a year. So I think you got till like July or August next year to check it out. But can't believe we didn't think about that till the very end, considering all the Jaws-ness that we've brought up. But there you go, folks. That is the end of the current week for the Hefner horror calendar. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Talk more horror movies. And don't forget... Boo.
Boo.